Are you one of those people who switches on my videos and watches about 10 seconds of them, then switches them off before I even get a chance? Oh, look, hold, wait, don't go away. I've got something coming up here what you guys are going to deserve to see. If you're still here after that intro, you're some of the loyal few. Well, I've got I've had a number of new models and all since the last time we made a model video. A number of Casios and stuff like that, and they're fantastic, and I will cover those at a later stage when I get the time. But I've got a big brand new box of autos, and I do also have one small box from Otto. It's an old model, and I picked up off a guy on Facebook, Mr. Chapman, and that's one thing. Yes, for guys who aren't in the model collecting scene, yes, there is groups on Facebook, and you can buy model cars and sometimes strike good deals with guys on Facebook. But beware, don't just join a model group and then just start purchasing models, because that's how you're going to get burnt. There's lots and lots of good guys out there in the model car scene. Unfortunately, there is a few rotten eggs what slip through the net, and scam people, and would you believe there's some people out there with even takes like collector grade model cars and plays with them. Can you believe that? But anyway, getting on to the models about. Yes. Yes. It's safe to buy directly from Otto. I'm 99% sure when I open that box, everything will be 100%. But yes, buying second-hand models, from Facebook and stuff like that, you don't know what you're going to get. But yes, Mr. Chapman is someone who is well known to me, and on the groups, and he is an administrator of maybe 2 or 3 off the model car collecting groups. So I was 100% certain when I gave him the money, I was going to receive something good in return. We'll take a wee look at the 2 models I got from Otto, and then we'll look at the old model that I've got from Mr. Chapman. The 2 model cars that I bought directly from Otto was, yes, the Mitsubishi EVO3 and the BMW Compact. Both models I'm very, very glad to get. The Mitsubishi EVO3 ignition did cover that model, and that's one of those ones that a couple of years ago, yes, I was looking over it, and I let it slip, and now they're crazy money, and you can't buy them. And I love those old Evos, the EVO3 and the EVO4. For me, they're a bit more tame, but still mighty looking at the same time. So I'm very glad to get a model of it. The other BMW Compact, yes, I do like the E36 BMW. Yes, I had never seen a model of the Compact E36 done before in 1/18 scale, so I'm glad to get this. So I'll save you from the box opening ceremonies, and I'll not waste your time with that. Let's see the models. I've been joined here by a partner at the train, but as I opened the big box there, the Autos, I didn't see what I got the calendar free included with it, so that is very cool. And Oscar here is 4 years old, and when I see, we'll just ask Oscar. Oscar, what is this? You've been eating chocolate. What's this here? A model. And what's the rules of models?
No touching.
No touching?
Yes.
Only looking?
Yeah.
And do you play with a model car?
No.
No, you don't play with a model car. What about, let's see. What about that? What? Is that a model car?
It's little.
It's little, but is it a model car?
Yes.
That's not a model car, that's a toy.
A toy.
That's a toy car, and you can play with that. And somebody has been playing that. It was me. I was playing with it in the 80s. But it's seen better days. So you play with that, you want some. Go and wash your face. You're all chocolate. Wait for it, boys. Ah. Here we go again. Yeah. I should have maybe videoed the unboxing, but very minor. You see the problem? The mirror. But this is a minor problem. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take a little tiny spot of the canopy glue and put it on the base plate of the mirror, not on the model, and then place it to the model. And it'll take a wee while for it to harden and stuff like that, but that's how I do it. I'll not just put glue on the model for it to run down the model and stuff like that. Put a wee spot on the mirror, and if you put on too much, you can wipe it off the mirror a lot easier than you'll wipe it off the model. But at the same time, this canopy glue is forgiven, so if you spill it over the model, it's not a disaster. It'll come off again. Right, so this will put a bit of a slowdown on the video. I just had to sort of cog it up like that, so to give that canopy glue a wee bit of a chance to dry. And as you can see there, there's a tiny wee white spot just from the glue from it seeped out there underneath. But whenever that glue's dry, at an hour's time or whatever, that'll be perfectly clear and you won't see that anymore. So again, don't use super glue, the canopy glue. Well, I can move on with the Mitsubishi. I do have to say that Mitsubishi just notice I've got a wee black mark there in the bumper. It'll maybe rub off. It does rub off. Good. If anything, maybe it would have added a bit of realism. A scuff on the front bumper. But I have noticed, like, and that's extra detail for OTTO, where they've put that like intercooler, and you can see the intercooler piping and stuff in behind the mesh there in the front bumper, and just that mesh there too in that top grille. Now that's exceptionally good. That's very, very good. What's not the lost here? That's the thing I don't like. People says, I don't know why you need rolling wheels on a model car. Or yes, I made the joke there earlier, but a model car is not a plaything, and you do not play with it. I do not need them wheels to rotate and spin and for it to roll off the shelf or roll off this box at the moment. So I like my model cars with the wheels fixed, but there's not going to be any accidents. You see the wee evolution. It is a decal. On the real car, I believe that is sort of like what you say, engraved or sunk into the skirt, into the side skirt, that writing. I'm almost positive. Around here, that's a lovely model car. You see the wee aerial and stuff up there. Maybe a wee bit there now at the corner of that back window. I could touch on the fact, but just on the presentation of the model, that's lovely. One thing I wasn't so sure of was maybe with the yellow, and they are releasing, which I was very, very pleased to see, as well as the Mazda RX-7, and that's also going to be in yellow. So yeah, I'm gonna have a few yellow JDM model cars, which I don't mind. I like them. I do like a yellow car in real life, and I do like the I like the EVO7 in yellow. But that's nice, and I like the yellow with white wheels. For the money and all, I thought that's an exceptionally good model car. You even see the wee, if you can focus on it, on the wee bonnet fence and stuff there. Like that last was maybe the Focus, what I got the last time, the Focus and the Civic, they were both very good as well. One thing about autos, and I think they've got worse as the years went on, is the floors. I like changing the wheels and stuff on them, and the floors are always glued on solid. That's the thing I'm debating on, maybe making a video about, although it could possibly be an hour-long video, as to actually film myself from the beginning to end, taking the wheels off, and then try and send it to Auto, just so they can see what we're having to deal with. You know, I'm guessing that's to do with they're manufactured in a factory environment, and the guys are maybe putting the glue in that quickly, slamming on the floor and turning it over, and the glue's running down around the floor and sticking the floor to the model, which shouldn't be the case. Like you see, we've got what number have we got? 1,733 of 3,000. So you see, we've got 2 screws in the bottom of that floor. That should just be the matter of removing those screws, pulling off the floor, and lifting out the axles. Maybe if you had to trim a wee bit of glue off around the axles, that'll be fine. But the floor shouldn't be stuck solid to the bottom of the model. However, I haven't tried this model yet, so I don't even know. But I'm guessing, because they always seem to be like that. Oh yes, the model I got from Mr. Chapman. Yes, again, I'll not waste your time with unboxing and stuff like that. I have unboxed it, and they used to say, another white Honda. And it's an old one. This is an OTTO, and whenever you look that up on the Auto website, you can see what that was produced in, or was made available in June 2017. So that's quite an old model, and for it to be still in such good condition, that's like new. It really is. No, and that's where again I'll go back to saying about, if you're buying off Facebook, yes, be careful who you're buying off, and buy off recommended sellers. There is a feedback group that will let you know of the rotten eggs and the scammers and who not to buy off. But my advice would be, if you're on a group and you see maybe a model car for sale, go and click on that person on the group and see what else they've been doing. And if they've been selling, if they've sold a dozen models on that group, there's a pretty good chance that person's fine. But if it's maybe the first time they sold a model, I'd be wary also if they're putting up photos of like official auto photos and they're not actually letting you see the actual model. Make sure what you're seeing photographs, and plenty of photographs of the actual model that you're buying when buying off groups on Facebook, would be some of the advice I would give. So here we go with the wee Honda, and that is number 458 of 2000 that was produced. And with this being a rather old model, it may be quite a rare find as well, in such good condition. Again, like there's a difference in the years of the manufacturing here. This is maybe almost 5 years old, but you can see even 5 years ago, Auto was producing a very, very clean looking wee model car. And yes, there's got lots of nice wee details and stuff there on it. I like those wheels. I've sort of a notion of maybe using those wheels on my red CRX. And I put some of you maybe no, keep it original, but yes, the wheels are very easy to change back. Although when I've got this here now, I don't think I'll be selling it anytime soon. Some of these Hondas that I've bought, they're cars that I genuinely love in real life. Tarmac did make an EG Civic in white, quite similar to this. And I've studied a few photographs of it lately, and yeah, it's very similar, but yes, it's got different wheels on it. It's a slightly different variant of the Civic. And I did think the auto version is a wee bit more accurate, a wee bit better detailed, a wee bit more true. Not to say that the Tarmac one is poor, but just the auto is better. Just to be frank about the thing. But I like how it's got those wee odd looking headrests. This wee LED torch is quite useful. Shining through the back window there, and there you can see the dashboard there quite nicely. And that's nice. That's good, and that's good for not yet models produced 5 years ago. And also just yeah, what could you say? Well, a good shout for Mr. Chapman and how he looks after his model cars. Can you see a mark on it anywhere? I cannot. One thing I always like to do as well before I would change the wheels on a model car is take a few side shots and stuff off the model, just to take note of the position of the caliper. So if you're putting brakes on behind your aftermarket wheels, or if you're putting these original wheels back on, but you can remember the correct position for those to sit. I'm sure this goes without saying, but if you're looking to change the wheels, yes, set a nice soft microfiber down and take your model, provided there's no aerial on it, and place it on. And I use like a wee bit of foam, and the microfiber will hold that steady too. And then now you've got a nice solid base. The model's not going anywhere. It's protected as well there by that cloth, but you're not going to scratch the paint on the roof. All right, I'm back a few days later. That first wee bit there, that video, I made that on Friday night. This is now Monday night. I started to take off the wheels and the models and stuff there on Friday night, and it ran a bit late, and I said to myself I would finish the video on Saturday, and then I ran into complications with the models on Saturday, and I went on free yesterday, and so, well, here on Monday evening. The wee Honda Civic was a first. For me, what I did basically there, I decided just to use the original wheels, but I changed the tyres. The tyres, I do feel, are slightly oversized to begin with, and yeah, I think these are maybe even truer. But as SD model car tuning 15-inch tyres, and then I've sort of drilled and moved the axles up, so it's original. It's original now. The wheels are still rotating. I still got the original discs and stuff in there. Yes, I've painted the calipers blue to make them stand out a wee bit more, and yeah, just the axles has been moved up a little bit, and so it gives it a wee bit lower stance. The Mitsubishi, I did it next, and you maybe didn't not notice straight away. A wee problem I had with it was that it's not so bad there now. There was a wee bit. I noticed originally when I was trying on the wheels, I just set the wheels under the arch, but this wheel kept rolling back and forward, and there was this, like, you can still see it a wee bit there, just like hobble in the model. Even though the wheels seem to be in the same position in the wheel arches, it seemed to be this hobble. I checked all the wheels, everything was fine there, checked it in different positions on the desk, and it was still doing the same, but I've rectified it a wee bit there just by moving that wheel out that wee bit more in the arch, and I've given it a wee, like, flat spot on the tyre there, so that's not too bad. I can live with that, and you're not going to see the two sides of the model at the one time. However, this wee BMW Compact, this caused a few more headaches and a bit more head scratching on how to figure the problems of this model out. So, the problems with this model, you'll maybe see it just a little bit here. I had different wheels in front and the back, and it just wasn't maybe just immediately obvious on this wee clip. Just I was trying to figure it out, but you can see it more here. This is all four wheels the same, and the other three wheels are sitting in the corner. You can see the problem here. You see it here on this back corner, on the back right corner. After a bit of figuring out, trying to study where there was like a warp or some sort of untrueness in the model, but I believed, yes, it was that back, would you say, left hand arch was causing the problem. So when I eventually decided that, I decided the two front wheels were sitting in the same position when you put them in the arch. So I went for it, and I just stuck the two front wheels in the arch, and then I thought I would try and figure out the back then. I set the wheels out in arches a wee bit just to see could I rectify it like I did with the Evo. But this model was a lot worse. So this is with the two wheels fixed into the front arches. It was surprising too how deep the front arches was in comparison to the back. But you can see, the wheel is well off the ground, that front left. But I think it's that back left that is causing an issue. So there was nothing else for it. This model required a little bit of surgery, which is the explanation for the tape you seen earlier on in the video. I taped it up just because I knew I've done this before and I wanted to avoid leaving excess fingerprints and marks on the outside of the model. That blue tape is like body shop tape, so I hope that it wouldn't cause any problems. It'll go on and peel off easy enough, and it meant I could handle the model without leaving a pile of fingerprints and leaving more cleaning to do later. Anyway, the way the front wheels were sitting, this could possibly been something I was going to have to do anyway. But the problem, yes, with this did create too, was I got this the model sitting true like this, but then the back left hand arch, the wheel was sitting much deeper into the arch than it was on the back right. So yes, I sort of fixed the back right wheel. I had to do that arch as well, a little bit, and then I did what I did on the Evo, but a lot more. So, what did you make of that exercise? And please let me know, people. For anybody what's bought these compacts, the Evo had that same problem, but just wasn't as bad as this model. And I also did notice, but originally I threw them away and stuff, but I found a couple of them when I was taking the axles out of that. I found like these wee they're like wee shims or like wee spacers or something like that. Was in different positions, but I can't remember exactly where. So I'm wondering, whoever was building the model, did they discover something in that model and sort of stack an arch up? It's something I never thought to look for at the beginning, and you could see the Evo was cleanly wheeling back and forward. But I never noticed that was a BMW, because straight away when I took it out of the box, the mirror was off it, and I fixed the mirror, and I never really had it on the wheels. And one thing led to another. It's still a nice wee model now, and it's turned out okay. But yeah, I'll just I'll not mix my words. OTTO. That's extremely poor. The way the wheels are all measuring perfectly fine, and there's obviously was a warp or something in the model there. But for anybody else who's bought those BMW compacts, if you can take off your axles, put in solid wheels like that. Those are like 3D printed wheels on tires, so the tires are hard. But it made it obvious the problem what was in the model. So if you've bought one of these, check that out. Is that something with when the model was moulded? But maybe I'm just unlucky, and I've got two that was, again, the Evo wasn't so bad, and then I resolved it. But then when it came to the BMW, it was obviously I couldn't just put the wheels into the arches, because the wheel, anytime I'd have took a photo of it, it would have had this one wheel in the air and would have looked silly, and it had to be fixed. And yeah, I could have went down for channels of trying to contact OTTO and stuff like that, but at the same time they could say that it wasn't really a flaw because they didn't design the model for it to be for me to do that. How it was produced to me with those original wheels was how I suppose they intended it. So could you really argue that that was a fault? I don't know. What do you think? There is a comment section below this video. If you click on it, if you're on your smartphone or your tablet or laptop or whatever, I'll probably share this through to some of the Facebook groups, but no, them comments will get lost. But if you put it underneath the actual YouTube video, then anybody in the future would watch this video. I'll see what your input was or what you had to say. So let me know. So it looks a cracking wee model now, and yeah, but that was just a bit of an exercise, and took longer than expected. But yeah, OTTO they have recently they announced that they're going to be making a few more like modern style models, and that's which I think is a good thing too. I would be very interested in that Hyundai, that i30N, a very nice model to have, and that's a cracking car in real life. And I do think it is good what the model manufacturers do recognise. Yes, quite a lot of the models that are made are of classic and retro cars, and that's good. A lot of us model collectors are of age, but we're not getting any younger. And for the model sort of collecting to continue, you do need to attract in a younger generation. So, but so the likes of making Mark III Escorts and stuff like that, or even the likes of, well, the younger guys would still maybe know of those wee Civics, but they're not as relevant to them because they've no memories of those cars being like regular sights on the road. Where the likes of for myself, I was born in the 80s, so like by the time I was old enough to be taking notice of cars, the likes of cars from the 60s and 70s were long gone, so they mean less to me because I've no real memories of them, and I don't have any the same connection with them as I do with the 80s and 90s and 2000s cars. But I do think that's a good wee move from OTTO, just to recognise that they need to make a few wee like modern things as well. But please, OTTO, don't forget us old guys and give me an EVO4 and a Nissan Pulsar GTI-R and maybe a wee Starlet Glanza, Toyota Starlet Glanza. That would be a very nice model. And a Toyota Mark 1 MR2 would be another one I would like to see. Maybe a Honda Prelude. There's loads of nice models you can still make for us old guys. But anyway, that's disappointing and that, but it's okay now and I can live with it. But anyway, sorry, I've maybe rambled on a wee bit there. Thank you very, very much to you guys who do stick around and do watch the videos, because that is very much appreciated. My channel is basically non-existent on YouTube, and I'm a very unknown channel. Not too many people actually knows anything about it. But I'm sitting there with like maybe over 500 subscribers now, which is excellent. Is very good. But yeah, I still get absolutely zero for my efforts on YouTube. I think you have to have like over like 1,000 subscribers before you even like qualify for like advertising and stuff like that, or for getting any sort of, what would you say, like money back out of the advertising. Even that is very small. You need to have like 5 to 10,000 subscribers before you be getting anything that would be noticeable out of it. But yes, I do need to be hitting like 1,000 subscribers before you could class it as like an official YouTube channel. But anyway, for you guys who do stick around and do watch the videos, thank you very, very much. And I know I don't make the videos too often, but I'll make a few when I can. I'm a busy man of a family and of a job, and I have a lot of different commitments in life, and sort of, yeah, my model cars as well as making the videos is just my hobbies. What is in the spare time. Sometimes I have more spare time than others. Just depends on what's happening. I've talked a bit too much there, but thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. I did make a wee cool, on the process of making a wee cool diorama. Hopefully it'll be cool. I don't know yet. I haven't finished yet. But I like my Japanese cars, so I've got the up garage. But you stay tuned. I was going to take too long to have that ready for this video, and I'd have been like next again and I didn't want to rush that. I want to do the windows and the doors and put the decorations behind the windows and stuff and sort of make it look okay. So maybe it'll be a wee like scene for a few photographs so next time I make a video. But, so stay tuned for that, model fans, and I hope you don't mind. I have a wee funny sense of humour there. I hope you got the jokes at the start and that I wasn't. Well, I was trying to be funny. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.